love when men tell women, like, that's why you don't have a man, as an insult. And it's like, babe, literally any woman, anywhere, can go walk outside and just say, like, man, and 5 dudes would appear willing to be her boyfriend. Now, a good man, y'all got us there. Y'all got us there. Because it is slim pickings out here. So, calm down. We know we don't have men, and that's our choice. It's always a woman's choice. There's not one woman alive that can't go get a boyfriend tomorrow if she wanted one.
Okay, so why are you all single at 30 and miserable? Because then again we have this argument, guys, that apparently the slims are picking. The pickings are slim, rather, should I say. There's just not enough 6 feet tall multi-millionaires out there, guys. And I think you should start working towards that. You know, why don't you work your behind off for your whole life so you can get the likes of this woman on screen? How about that one, gentlemen? But now, welcome back to the channel. I hear a lot of you are saying, Hidan, F you, we don't want this woman or any of her kind, so get all the way off our backs, Hidan. We don't want to provide for these harpies. You know, fair enough argument, guys. I wouldn't take on that bargain either. But now, guys, as mentioned, welcome to the channel. Ampu greeting you here, cringing already due to the first woman. What we have with our second woman is some harsh sister advice. So let's hear this woman out. Like and subscribe, and let's get started with our episode.
This video is for all the I don't chase type of guys. This is part 36 of Harsh Sister Advice, where I explain things to men as if they're my brother. I understand that you may have had experiences with girls where you put yourself out there, made yourself vulnerable, and you ended up getting hurt in the end. And now your solution is, I'm never chasing a girl again. The issue with that logic is that you are putting the blame on a past girl in your life on every other woman. All these girls that have never done anything to you, including your future wife, are now getting punished for the actions of this one or few girls in your past. What you don't understand is that you're taking the easy way out, and the easy way out is rarely the right thing to do. What you should be doing is learning the signs and what to look out for. Being able to spot a girl worth chasing versus every other girl. Come back for more Harsh Sister Advice.
Oh well, thank you, sister, for your heartfelt advice. Here's something you haven't thought about. And again, guys, I really appreciate if this is coming from a place of genuine interest in men. I do appreciate it. But the flaw I see in this woman's way of thinking is that she doesn't stop to think whether it's even worth it. You know, is the juice worth the squeeze? Have you ever played a game, gentlemen, where it's hard to play, but it's also not rewarding? Have you played that game? I have, you know, and for the sake of argument, it's just, why will I play a game that is hard and not rewarding if I can play a game that is hard but at least rewarding, you know? Because this woman says, yes, you've been hurt, yes, most men get hurt, yes, a lot of men get their whole lives destroyed by dealing with modern women, but if you find the right one, that won't happen. Alright, but what if I don't? Why do I need to go through all this struggle to maybe not even find her? And even if I do, guys, even if I do find that diamond of a woman, right? The chances are still there that she's gonna dump my ass. So just because a woman is good or has good, I don't know, morals or a good way of living, it doesn't go to say that she may not turn against you tomorrow. You know, women are just not as committed as men. I think we can all observe that, you know? So it's not a discussion anymore about whether a woman is good or not. It's about, yes, she always has that opportunity to absolutely ruin your life. And the truth of the matter is, guys, that most women will. They are simply indoctrinated this way by society. They all, not all of course, but most of them share this belief that it's all about their happiness. So it doesn't really matter if she's a good person or not, because if she's a person who thinks that life is all about her immediate happiness, then she is going to backstab you sooner rather than later. you know? But anyway, let me know what you think, guys. Now let's move on to this one. Stop doing situationships.
If one more fucking woman talks to me about her situationship, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm calling the police. Because why the fuck are you spending any time thinking about a man who is not treating you with respect and dignity? His thing cannot be that good, okay? He cannot lay the wood that good. He can't be that special. You're making him
No, I think I can, sister.
special. You paying attention to him, you focusing on him, so it's making him special. It's your energy that's making him special. I swear to fucking God, one more message, one more woman in my life talking to me about her situation. So it's not even real. It's called a situation because it's a problem. If you went to the cops and you said, I have a situation, if I walked up to you and I said, I have a situation, it insinuates there's a problem. The problem's you. I'm gonna be mean about it. The problem is you both don't like you.
Well, here's the thing. I'll lay the wood so good on this woman, she'll delete this TikTok and make another one saying how situationships are good. But in all seriousness, guys, please, guys, let's get serious, alright? Stop with the winner jokes. I just love how situationships are so dumb and retarded that even women are starting to acknowledge it. Now, yes, it's not genuine in any way, shape, or form. This woman has been in situationships just like any other. So, you know, it's not like, oh, now I learn, now I know better. No, it's this, guys, this TikTok is posted in between situationships, most probably. She's already been part of them, and she will be part of them again once chat hits her up with that slight bit of attention that is so delicious. But in that between process, with their butt hurt, they do these TikToks, right? I don't trust them at all that they've changed their ways, but I still love how they understand that it's absolutely idiotic what they are doing, yet they still do it. But now, guys, let's move on to our last one. This is a woman who is exploring Hinge at the ripe old age of 40 something, and I think she's a single mother. But let's take a look at this.
I went out on several dates with a guy from Hinge, and I kind of liked him. It was like 5 to 7 dates, and from the jump, I told him, hey, I have a very busy career. I work in law enforcement, and I need to make sure that you understand that if we are going to date and see each other, you are going to have to drive to see me a little bit more, because I knew where he lived. I knew where I work and all of that, where I live, and the logistics just aren't going to work out all the time. So I was upfront, transparent, and told him, you are going to have to put in a little bit more effort commuting to come and see me. He was all cool with that and everything. So everything's going well. One day he asked, like, hey, one day after work, can you stop off and maybe we could have drinks or something, and I was like, I definitely cannot do that. I drive a police car to work, and that is not something that I can do. In addition, my work is very serious about our work cars. They are only to be used to drive to and from work and for official purposes only. I explained that to him. He was like, cool, I completely understand, all of that. So then he was asking me, hey, on a Friday, do you think that you could cut out of work a little bit early? You could get home, maybe drive over here and see me. We could go out or whatever. I was like, bro, I cannot cut out of work early. I told you, I work in law enforcement. Every second of my work and my time is accounted for because it is taxpayer money. I don't get to cut out of work early. This is not a career that I can do things that normal people can do. I just can't do it, and I wasn't rude about it. I just said, hey, I totally can't do that. I explained the taxpayer money. I'm like, you pay taxes, you pay part of my salary, and I pay part of my salary, whatever the case may be. But we just have to be legit. I don't do that. My boss scrutinizes a lot, but that's just how we are. So I start getting the text messages where he just likes them instead of actually responds or expands upon my text messages. And then the text messages start to get less and less. I honestly do not understand why I can show up telling a person, these are the time constraints with my job, my life, all of this. I'm not even asking you to take me to expensive restaurants and all of that. I'm just asking for somebody to put a little bit of effort into the commute and the time spent a little bit more, because I can't do that with Bay Area traffic and all of that, makes it a little bit difficult.
Hey, maybe he's busy at work too. Have you thought about that? Now, this woman is trying to come from a place of like understanding of, look at me, I'm so considerate, you know, I'm trying to make this work. Look, the thing is, one of the biggest lies feminism has sold to women is that they can have it all. Ain't that right, gentlemen? Do you agree? They can have it all, guys. They can follow a career, be a boss babe, be a mother, be a wife, be this, be that. The truth is, this is not any sort of patriarchal belief or understanding. The truth is, you simply don't have time for everything, right? I mean, you don't have time to be a professional athlete and to also have a 9 to 5. Just choose. But something I don't like is when women, or just people in general for that matter, but women tend to do this more, is they get to the ripe old age of 40, and then it's then when they try to like ram a husband into their lives. Okay, this is my schedule, this is my work, and this is my yoga, and this is my 7 cats, and this is this and that, and now I have this little piece that is missing, and I want to ram a husband there. It just simply doesn't work that way. Guys, these people view husbands as if though they're an accessory, right? As, oh, I have a hole in my agenda, you know, I'm gonna put something there. Or, oh, I like someone who at night cuddles me. Honestly, guys, that's how these women view relationships. They view it as an addition to their life. It's not how it works. That's not the nature of it. In fact, probably the most basic pillar of a relationship is that you give and not only receive. And it's a concept that these women truly do not understand. They don't want to give, they don't expect to give, they just want to receive. And it doesn't compute in their brain why there's not a guy who is willing to be available for all the times when she wants him, yet who doesn't expect to get anything in return, you know? But guys, let's move on to our article now that we have this out of the way. And today we have an article that's going to be a bit of a self-reflection, you know, because the title is, do you think red pill advice keeps inexperienced men single? So this channel I will categorize as red pill. Let's see, guys. I noticed the last year that young men are still upset with not getting the results that they want. I will admit that dating is hard due to many social media access. Let's see some of the comments, guys. Dating is hard due to multiple reasons. It is especially unfair towards men. I think you have to be blind not to notice that. Let's see. Yes, they're the most confused generation of young men in ages. In ages, guys. Like a 12th century peasant young man is more in touch with things than a red-pilled man, okay? You have to understand that. We are so beyond saving. We are so confused, guys. Because we don't want to be paying $300 for a first date. We are so confused. Lots of overthinking and focusing on the differences between genders, when in reality we all want the same thing. We just go about it in different ways. Yeah, guys. I mean, men and women, we both want love. It's just that men, on average, want to have a significant other that will last forever, while women, they want to chase child for 20 years and then settle with a provider in the latter part of their years, you know? We just go about it in different ways, you know, when it comes to love. The biggest issue is constantly being judged for nothing you can change due to past experiences. I'm guessing this is a woman, and she doesn't like being judged for something she cannot change in her past. Well, you could change it by not doing it, you know? What is this argument? It's like you show up to a new work application and they tell you, hey, we noticed that you've unalived 7 people in your past job. I think that is rather concerning. And you're like, hey, mate, I cannot change the past, or I get all the way off my back with this. What are you talking about, man? All advice is pretty bad because it doesn't really touch on the fundamental problem with any dating and relationship building. No, that's what we do literally all the time. Like, we talk about fundamental problems with dating and relationships and dating applications. I don't know, mate. You can't actually control another person and get what you want from them. Yes, we know. That's why our main point is stop dating, right? It's either date according to their rules or stop dating. That's the message of the red pill. We're not trying to be out here changing other people. We realize we can't do that. Anyway, let's read another one. It depends on the advice. Not all of it is pure misogyny or inaccurate. I think the advice to work on oneself to be the best option available is good advice, and as far as I know, that is a common belief in that community. I also think men need to not put women on pedestals, true, and learn how to appeal to women in emotional ways, not just material like they've been taught. I wish there were more middle ground voices instead of all women good, you're the problem. Or all women bad, you're fine, bro. It just seems like both extremes are an issue. I very much agree with this comment. It's a good comment. There are some red pill channels that say that all women are bad, and I don't agree with those channels at all. I think it's not the point to make you a victim out of yourself in this situation. Shall we read a couple more? Let's just read one or two more, guys. 100% yes, it's useless advice that makes dating harder for men. Another one here comments up that to 110. Yeah, guys, the red pill is so bad. It's just so bad. You know, the main idea that you should not necessarily worship like a deity a woman who expects you to pay $300 on a first date or to take her seriously after she's been with 25 guys. That idea is just 100% useless, guys. 110 even, this person says. You know, it's so beyond common sense and human comprehension to have any sort of expectations as a man. The red pill is just so bad, guys, so bad. I will advise you to never look up that content. So bad. And the last one here says, yes, I fear for my generation's future, but not gonna lie, so many guys my age shoot themselves in the foot with having no clue how to treat women that it makes me look a lot better in comparison. Well, a lot of different takes, as you see. Most of them agree that the red pill, guys, is so bad. Now, here's my opinion. The red pill has become mainstream. A lot of these people are red pilled or follow parts of the red pill, even though they simply don't understand it. But they do. Because the ideas that used to be radical 10 years ago have now become common sense. And people forget that these ideas come from spaces like the manosphere and the red pill. You know, we men in general have just upped the game. We have increased our standards in a good way. Looks no longer cut it, right? Just because you're pretty, we're not gonna sabotage all our lives. We're not gonna provide for you. We're not gonna be the retirement plan, the plan B. A lot of men are not willing to do that anymore, you know, and they don't understand that it traces back to what the red pill has achieved, because it didn't used to be that way in the past, you know. But through the suffering of a lot of men, we have seen how dating works. The red pill, guys, has been a trial and error type of movement where we don't necessarily need to go through it to understand how it works. You know, like, you don't need to be going on dates, spending hundreds or thousands of dollars to understand that it doesn't work, because you can see it in other men. We can see the type of men that women are choosing, and let me tell you, women are not choosing to hook up with the guys who write them poems or buy them flowers or ask them what their favorite color is on a dating app, right? But anyway, gentlemen, we'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And now I'll see you on the next one.